Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we've got three beautiful card pile images in front of you. You're gonna go with the one that you feel most gravitated towards. I will give you 10 seconds to choose, but please also feel free to pause the video. Okay, so if you were gravitated towards group one, so in this video, we're gonna look at what spirit wants you to know, okay, about the end of 2025, what will happen, what's fading, what's shifting, what's rising. We're gonna look into all of that. If you would like to catch the extended, I'm going to look at specific events that are fated to happen before the end of 2025. That will be offered through my Patreon platform. Link will be down within the pinned comment. So I'm gonna get all my cards out. As always, I will speed up the video, but please also feel free to tap forward. Okay, so section one will talk about what's fading, what's leaving your life or no longer meant to stay. Okay, we've got a lot of emphasis around people and places, like environments. You actually, the wheels are turning with the engineer card. This is already actually in motion, group one. Now I know this, reading is about, the end of 2025, but this can also speak to the energy that's currently in motion. We've got like a different living situation here. Like, it's just very apparent. And also, we've got some individuals here. So you may not have the same boss. You may also not be encountering the same individual. Like, I've got a man leaving your life. He's just he's no longer meant to stay. And I don't care if he's in your physical reality or if he's in your head, okay? He's just not meant to survive. I don't know why I want to say that. He's not going to survive past 2025 with you. You have had a ton of elevation this year, group one. There's been a lot you've been working on. And I actually feel with this card, you underestimate the amount of work that you've done on yourself. You would really downplay it, and it could be unseen, the amount of work that you've done. You may look at it like it's small, it's been baby steps. No, I just really feel like the wheels are turning with this engineer. Like, you have really got it in front of your life this year or even previous years, so that, things can actually change. And listen, we've got a mother here, okay? It could also be that there's a physical, like your mother may not be in your life. And I'm not talking about anything tragic. If there has been a lot of friction and you've been really wanting to let go of her, this could be what we're talking about. But I also feel like this could be you. So we've got like selfless love, nurturer. You could really resonate with being in that energy, but it just maybe hasn't been serving you in the best way. You have been overly giving. You've been overly nurturing. This could also be changing as well too. Like, it's just, you're going to be a lot more selective with who you're doing that with. But I also feel like what's fading is this need to mother, like just overly giving, maybe also, being in that unhealthy role where it just no longer needs to be. Like, I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with being nurturing, but I would say people can take advantage of that. You definitely have to know what you're doing, who you're doing that with, who's deserving of that. I think I've got, a change up here. If you've been wanting to get more stronger, move a little bit more balanced into the masculine and not be so in the feminine. We've got shifts taking place. What's fading also is the community. Okay. So, there's going to be a lot of exits with relationships, neighborhoods. You're not feeling, I feel like, as connected, or you may actually resonate that it's fading yourself. Like, I'm just not resonating anymore with these neighborhoods, these communities, these people. Something new needs to take place. Now, again, I want to go back to these men. It could be that, it's a father who also, you're starting to grow, you're starting to heal out of maybe the relationship with him. But this could also be a boss too. You may have a different boss, okay? What's fading is you're no longer aligned with your current boss. You may be moving into a new situation with a new one. And then I got the King of Wands here. So this could also be a man who has been, in your life, but you're slowly starting to see that it's not feeling right. Or, there's just some sort of action maybe he may take, on his end, or you may take on your end to kind of cut the cords. But the cords are being cut. And again, it has to do with that elevator. Okay. Regardless if you would, understand or not, you've made improvements. You're moving onwards and upwards. You're leveling up. So a lot of this is just not going to be a frequency match. And I do feel like with the living room as well too, what's fading is this need to be comfortable. I do feel this rise to the challenge type of energy. You're kind of moving. You're kind of getting more comfortable with the Wheel of Fortune, like the unknown, and you're rising to the challenge. So what are you, what's fading? What are you leaving behind? The need to be comfortable, or the need to exist within a comfort zone. You're okay with breaking out of that. You're ready. You're ready, group one, to break out of that. Now we've got the countryside here. That's interesting. Rural beauty, peaceful retreat, simple living. I do feel like this is also, again, an environment. What's fading is, again, your taste and environment. I just feel like I'm hearing location. There's going to be a lot of phasing out of where you are. You're moving into different spaces. And these different spaces are necessary because you're ready for what's next. Okay? But Wheel of Fortune, very unexpected change is coming. But the good thing is that I think you're ready. So it's not going to be as scary. Some people get very scared with that Wheel of Fortune. They understand it's an unexpected, type of card. It can hit you out of nowhere. But what I like about this spread is that you have risen to meet the challenge. So you're not going to feel it as strongly as someone who's unprepared. Okay? All right, let's move forward. Okay, let's talk about what's shifting. The big change or turning point ahead. Okay, so wow. Okay. This is really just lining up with, the previous spread, which I love. Big change or turning point. Some of you, you're going to have a child. You're going to have a child, or there's going to be a big turning point with a child. So if you already have one, there could be some really pleasant news coming. And I am hearing for some of you, maybe there's going to be reconciliation or like an understanding between the two of you. But it could also be many other things as well too. Maybe the child is more happier, maybe they're doing better. But I also feel like this is talking about innocent growth and vulnerability. I feel like what's shifting with you is that, you're elevating, but you're elevating the best parts of yourself, okay? While remaining, in your strength. Empress, again, let's follow the previous section. We did get that mothering card, but I feel like there's more boundaries around this, okay? There's more of an ability to be able to handle, life. with strength, yes, vulnerability, but with strength as well too. You're just getting more in touch with your divine feminine. You're actually also going to be looking a lot better, a lot more refreshed. I heard refreshed. The big change could also be, why did I hear your title? Your title could change. You could become, engaged with somebody. Like I have a boyfriend, I have a husband. I'm seeing like even the change with the Mrs., like to Mrs., Ms. to Mrs. But it could also be here as well. You may get into a role where you're a lot more responsible. You have more responsibilities. But again, this card would speak to preparation meeting opportunity. So this could definitely well be in the workplace. You could have a title change as well. There will be, we got the traveler here. So, it's not so much about vacation. It can be tourism. There's going to be a lot more traveling. But it's what you've learned. There's going to be a lot of implementation of, what you've learned on this journey. And now you're implemented it into physical reality, because that's sitting right underneath the Temperance. So what is the Temperance card? The angel has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the physical realm. So then he has 2 cups, and then he's making alchemy, right? It's a mixture, a cocktail, if you will. This is what looks like when someone starts, taking what they've learned, their experiences, their growth in spirituality, and they start making moves in the physical realm. They start implementing it into the physical realm. I'm telling you, you're on your way. You are on your way, group 1. And through your experiences, through this long journey, I heard long ass journey. A lot of you would be like, Chitra, like this journey, oh my God, like when is it gonna get better? This is the time, okay? You've gotten enough, you've learned enough, you've gotten enough out of the journey that now you're gonna start to implement it into the physical reality. So manifestation, there's gonna be big changes and turning points where you're gonna start to see whatever it is that you desire, these intentions, they're going to be manifesting into the physical realm. I do have with the King of Pentacles, it's either for some of you, there's a particular man coming in who is going to just really be meeting you frequency wise. He's going to be ready. He's going to be willing. He's going to be able, like an able body, like, wow. Just ready. I'm hearing the word ready. I'm ready. And you notice that very quickly. Okay. Can be a relationship coming in who, I'm just ready to like make this horizon happen. Like we're ready. We're ready. Let's go to the moon, honey. Okay. But it could also be that this is more financial security. Again, you're manifesting, there's more flow. Money's coming in. You're gonna really understand this. You're gonna see it very quickly. You're gonna understand that, wow, now I can do things. I can make moves. I can invest. I've got the funds. I've got the predictability, the security. For some of you, I'm actually hearing very specifically, there has not been the ability to rely on a certain amount of funds every week. That's changing. That's going to be a huge turning point. You're going to know exactly what you're making every week. Something to rely on. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like there's financial growth. Now, I love the Bard here with the Keeper of Epic Tales. I'm telling you, group 1, this is not happening out of thin air. This is happening from your experiences, what you've went through. A lot of you have not been able to see the fruits of, I'm going to say it because they're giving it to me, the hell you've been going through. This will be, by the time of this, year wraps up going into next year, you're going to start to see what you went through all of this for, and you will be able to tell, epic stories about it. There's going to be this, because of this and that, and what I went through. I'm going to have an understanding. I mean, he's laughing about it. You know what he reminds me of with this bard? You know that saying, like, when you're going through something, it's terrible, but like in 20 years from now, you could tell the story and you could be laughing about it. But when you went through it, wasn't so funny. It's that type of thing. But this will be all on you. This will all because of you, group one. No one's saving you. No one's helping you. This is all from your own inner work. And honestly, a lot of you have just really been trying to be, trustful of this and, have a belief about it. It will be because of that hard work that you've been putting in with respect to those things, because it's not easy. It's not easy to have trust or belief. That's not easy. That's something you definitely have to learn on this journey. I like the beach that's, here. There could be, with the turning point ahead, it's an expansive area. It's like, as opposed to things being so narrow and not being able to really have options or see. Now we've got a huge expansive, viewpoint. I do like the sun and sand, and it also represents relaxation. I've got more of that coming up for you. Okay, the ability to rest. A lot of you have been go, 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 go. And even within your mind, okay, it's not even about your physical reality. Your mind has been go, 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 go. No chance whatsoever to just, take a break, relax, or even unwind or lay back. We've got more of that. Your turning point ahead involves a little bit more of this work-life balance or the ability to rest, okay? Because you need one. This group two, and I can't even tell you with this section over here, there was like more cards coming out than I was supposed to be drawing for you. So that one will be interesting to read. Now we've got the zoo again. Variety, options, different experiences, you're ready for them. Look at her. She's so ready. She's like, bring it on. But she's also in the nightclub. So I'm telling you, your turning point ahead does involve more fun. And you're looking great. Look at them. They're all looking at her. She's magnetic. It's not even so much about the way she looks or what she's wearing. It could be an energy upgrade as well too. Like, you will be magnetic. You're gonna come out of like a lot of like this like heavy cloud energy to like the sun. It's just, I don't know if you feel like you've had a dark cloud following you, or you've had issues maintaining your magnetic attraction, or like this, what's this like? I'm seeing like this glow, like a lot of you have been struggling to really keep up with the glow up. That's not going to be the case moving forward. Okay. And I do see they're showing me a lot of like heaviness just being lifted off of you, energetically. And that's what allows, the lightness, so that you can be more magnetic. So this is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so again, with this section, so many cards came out. It was only supposed to be like 3 each, as you see with each section, but there was a lot of 4s. Okay, number 4 coming out. That could mean something to you. Honestly, like 4 is a great card. It's a great number. It does speak to, hard work with manifestations, it being just around the corner, hard work, Okay. The truth or blessing spirit wants you to see for the rest of 2025. So you are gaining traction. Gaining traction. A lot of my eye just went right over here. My eyes, like a lot of you have really been battling heartbreak place. And it may not even be about somebody else. It could just be about your life. Like, it's just like, do you remember what I mentioned in the previous part about that dark cloud? Like, it's just so dark out here, just feeling like no help, no guidance, Maybe a lot of you have been in the void as well too. Like spirit guides have went AWOL, just really no guidance. I feel like spirit does want you to understand that, this heartbreak, this, confusion was necessary. It was a truth you need to see, so that you could, move into your blessing. It's that type of thing where, when they say you need to feel it to heal it, it's necessary. You're going to understand in the future that it was necessary to go through this. It won't be so easy to see right now, but you'll have an understanding. And listen, when you have the understanding, it just gives you that ability to just, move forward, but even want to stay on this path because you have an understanding. A lot of you have been wanting to have that understanding. Like, why is this happening? Why is it taking so long? Spirit wants you to know you got this. You are conquering. Now, the other thing as well too is that, listen, right now I've got the parking lot and I've got the street. I just feel like right now you're kind of feel like you're giving me parked energy. Like I'm parked. Spirit does need you to know that this is not going to last forever, but being parked or feeling like stuck, it's necessary. Once you've learned what you needed to learn, then it's takeoff, okay? But enjoy the moment while you're parked, okay? Because you are learning a lot. I don't care how heavy it is. I don't care how miserable you are learning a lot. You cannot say you're not learning a lot, okay? But once you're ready to go, you will take off. And we've got a lot of emphasis around just vehicles. We've got chariot, we've got parking lot, we've got street. I think here a lot of you have been wanting to leave or go, or there's maybe something around a vehicle. You've been wanting a new vehicle, or the ability to be mobile or travel or just get up and go. That is coming. That is coming. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing that's really freaking me out right now. That lawyer, oh my goodness. I was like, what is this? Because I'm just feeling like I got eyes on me, okay? The truth or the blessing that Spirit wants you to know is that you are being carefully evaluated. You do have, I feel like, I don't know if it's the higher self. I don't know if it's Spirit. I don't know if it's the guides. They are watching, but they're waiting for something to balance out, okay? He has his hands on the scales. I'm telling you, as soon as that scale becomes balanced, it's liftoff. I'm serious. So if you resonate with the fact that your life has been in limbo, really, nothing happening, just feeling like same old, like nothing new is coming to me, I'm telling you, once there's liftoff, you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready for that. Good times are coming. They are coming. And once that liftoff, arrives, you're going to be in this energy. And I do feel like debt will be paid off. Addictions will be curbed. We've even got fortune. This guy has more money. He's got more money to play around with. He's in a lot more of a playful mood, okay, or mode. And, you're literally becoming the chef, okay, a maestro. You're learning that in limbo is just necessary. But I'm telling you, once you've learned and locked in on the lesson, you're going to be at the head of the table calling the shots. So I guess the truth that Spirit wants you to understand is that you should not start dwelling on the fact that this is forever, or that you're going to be stuck forever, or that nothing's good's going to happen. It's quite the contrary with this, spread here. You're going to be a master of your own life, the master of your own life, creating. You're the one who's making the moves. You are in the driver's seat. A lot of you feel like you've been in the back seat, really been taken for one hell of a ride, but graduation is near. There is this really big emphasis around graduation, but you're learning a lot of lessons. that are necessary so that, you know, we want to do this right. Spirit is saying, we want to do this right with you. We don't want you like falling back. We don't want you going backwards. We don't want you, you know, falling for the same things that you fell for before. We want this done right. So you're in a bit of like a school, you know, situation. Like, I really do feel like you're learning a lot, but I'm telling you, once liftoff and once that graduation has been unlocked, then you're just making so much moves. You're making so much moves. I do feel like with the Knight too, they are bringing this card forth to say like, please maintain, you know, like, you know, have that shield up, you know, you're doing great. I know it's been hard, you know, I know life has been coming at you, but like, just maintain, like have the armor on, you know, keep up, you know, he's going full on into the battle of life. Okay. You got this. So there's a lot of like, I don't know, encouragement coming forth. But again, with that Queen of Wands, she's a leader. So you're coming into that. Okay. And it hasn't been feeling like you've been able to be a leader. It feels like life's been happening to you, but you will be the one calling the shots. So just like, get excited. This energy will be culminating before 2025 ends, but definitely moving into 2026. So get ready. All right, take care. Okay, so if you were gravitated towards group 2, this reading is going to look at what truth Spirit wants you to know about the end of 2025, what's coming in, what's fading, what's shifting, what's rising. If you want to catch the extended reading that will look at specific events that are to occur before the end of this year, you can find that link within the pinned comment. It will be offered through the Patreon platform. Now, as always, I will speed up the recording. You can feel free to tap forward, but I do need to pull my cards on camera. Okay, so see you on the other side. Okay, so section 1 will talk about what's fading, what's leaving your life or no longer meant to stay. Wow. Okay, wow. Okay, so that's interesting that we've got a gang here and we've got I feel like a gang here. It looks to me like we've got somebody here who has really been working on their abilities, but also their emotions. And there's this energy of really wanting to kind of like change the trajectory of your life, but maybe even through the subconscious realm. You know, can point to manifesting. This could be even like going deeper with the moon, you know, looking at what's hidden. I feel like I've got a researcher here as well too. That's interesting. A lot of research has been done. What's leaving your life or no longer meant to stay is actually, I feel like this like chapter of your life. A lot of you have been working really hard as to, it's like, I feel like I'm thinking, I'm trying this, I'm trying that. I am actually trying. But I feel like it's that trying, that chapter of trying that's, you know, ending. It's been frigid out here. Seriously, lonely as F, like just real icy, real dark. I don't even think with this group you've been getting much of, you know, like recognition that you've been on the right path. There has been no signs sometimes of that. Like maybe you have, but it's just been very dull. I do feel like for some of you, there's a conflict, okay? There's been a conflict, a reoccurring conflict constantly. And I don't know if it's the people you work with. It is a group of people. But I also wouldn't be surprised if there's people here who feel like they've been attacked. Like, what is this energy? there's energies that are fading. Energies. Like, that's kind of what I wanted to say. It's even the realm. You've got two realms here. So you're moving from frigid to like moisture. Moisture abounds, okay? You know, where anything is possible. You're going from what feels like it's been dark and, you know, hard to make anything happen to a playful, you know, a very playful realm, where, you know, you're able to just really, with the mind, the heart, the soul, create whatever it is that you want. But I'm going to say this. I think you've been going through a lot of darkness. A lot of darkness. And, you know, now it's like you're going to be with that painter just creating, visualizing what, you know, it's like rewriting your whole life. But wow, there's so much coming at me here. There's really a lot coming at me here. I'm going to go back to what I said about the conflict. I don't know who you've been in conflict with, but they will be removed. They will be removed. Yes, you can remove it on your own, but I think circumstances is gonna remove this. And if it's like, just really think about, you know, each person who's watching, what is that constant conflict? Is it that like you just can't nail a job? Is it like, you know, people, like certain people coming for you that won't leave you alone from the past? Is it like someone in particular you keep, you know, having this same old pattern with? Or is it like energy, you know, feeling like you've been attacked by energy, like life hasn't been fair. It's been coming at you. It's been heavy. It's been constantly making you, you know, go deeper. I feel there's relief. There's a lot more relief. I'm going to say another thing with the blacksmith. I think you've been trying to get a hold of your life, trying to see again what works. You know, he does mold and shape whatever it is that he's doing. That's how he works. He's molding, shaping, melting, tempering. A lot of you, I have to give credit. You know, you have been trying to get ahead of this, but it could feel like nothing's been working. You're going to figure it out. That's what's fading. The fading is like what hasn't been working. This strategy or this feeling like you have to constantly be in a strategic mode, that's fading. You're not going to have to feel like that. That's leaving your life. You're going to be more moving into now a flow. A flow. Yeah. Putting it out there, you know, co-creating, doing, you know, wanting, putting what you want out there and it actually sticks. Okay. But conflict. My goodness, the conflict. And I do feel like with the financial center, this is interesting. I don't know if a lot of you have been doing a lot of research with finances or have been trying to get a hold or ahead of your finances. Something may really take off for you. You know, I don't know if you've been investing. I don't know if, you know, you have been researching how to make money work for you. Money will be working for you. So what's fading is the need for, I feel like, you know, for this to come up, there's been a lot of energy around finances, you know, a lot of like strategy, you know, trying to, again, get ahead of it. That's fading. You won't have to do that as much. Whatever you have, you know, been implementing or investing in, there's going to be this taking off. So not as much research will be needed or, you know, the need to maybe even feel like it's been cold out here financially, like nothing's been coming in. That will be fading. It will be very interesting to see what's shifting and what's rising. But I think here financially, we've got like whatever that strategy that you've been putting into place, it starts to pay off. Okay. You won't need to be using strategy if it's in the fading section. But wow, a lot of you have been diving deep with the moon, trying to see what's been hidden from you, trying to go deeper. Like what can I not see? Psychic abilities as well too. You've been working on emotions. Yeah. You've been trying to work on your emotions. You've been trying to work on your abilities. You've been trying to get ahead of what you cannot see. Because you've been feeling like it's just something's not right. So you have been being asked to go deeper. But if this is in the fading section, I think you're having epiphanies now. You're moving into, getting a hold of this, having more of an understanding. The psychic abilities are increasing. All that hard work will be paying off. Can't get over these two cards. I just feel like with group 2, life has been coming at you, or people have been coming at you, or you've been feeling like, what is this that I'm attracting? Why is this happening? There is reasons why. Can't get into that fully here, because obviously it's going to mean something different to everybody else, every different person who's watching. But you are getting in front of it. Definitely get in front of it. And, this can also talk about the fact that, it moves very frequently between these two. Like maybe it's frigid, then it's like, you're hot, then you're cold, then you're hot, then you're cold, but you've been wanting more of a balance. So this actually in itself, the drastic opposition could also be fading as well too, where you're moving into more of like a neutral realm where it's just consistent. It's a lot more consistent. It's not as chaotic. So this could even point to the fact that, with this group, again, that strategy, you've been having to duck, dodge. It's like you don't even know what's happening, like the chaos, it's fading. It will be fading. Okay, let's move to the next section. Okay, what's shifting? So the big change or turning point ahead. This is really nice group 1. Group 2. This is really nice. So listen, I think here you're learning a lot, okay? You're learning a lot with the ascetic. You're about self-restraint, about abstinence, about purification, about discipline, okay? There's a huge shift within you. Not even just your out, there's a lot in the outer world, but within you. There is going to be this coming to grips or an understanding on how to move forward in, your best life ever, being the best ever you. This really does look like a leveling up, when you've had a huge shift internally and it's now behind you. But it's interesting with the journalist too, because it's like, there could be a big change where, you're telling your story somehow, or you've got a story to tell, or you've moved now past, the healing, and now you can understand the story. There's more understanding of the story, what you've went through, why you had to go through it, the lessons. This is also a card that speaks to promotion. But there could be a lot of people wanting to get your attention. There's a huge change where maybe the people that are now coming in, they're coming at you in a different way. They're more curious, like, what do you have to say? I want to hear what you have to say. I want to interview you. We've got that on here. People are interested in you. It's a totally different vibe than what I picked up before with the chaos and the gang. It's like, we're moving out of that to like now people who are more aligned and really want to show up and help, okay? Show up and help, but are attracted to you in the same breath, okay? Want to give you opportunities, but very interested in you. So if you've been feeling like, no one likes you, no one has been liking you, or no one's coming in, I've got to shift with that, okay? Now, this is interesting. I don't necessarily feel like this is a person, another person. I think this is actually you. So we've got a huge shift in personality. This speaks to socialite of charm, elegance, expert of romance, leisurely life. And then we've got it also here with the luxury boutique. interesting, we've got the Nine of Pentacles as well too. Like there's this growth and it's shining from the inside out on you. And it causes you to attract really big opportunities. Like I'm not joking here. Like you're more attractive. You've got more people interested in you. There may be something big that happens with a bank. Yeah. I don't know if it's that your, finances improve, but I don't know if this is also, loan and credit. So if you've been wanting to pay off debt or, get credit or, you would understand that more than me, but even loans be approved. We've got the birthplace of dreams. So now you're moving more, okay? There's huge changes in regards to chasing your goals, but, without that chaos. Your beliefs are changing as well. There's huge changes. I think you're going to surprise yourself in your belief in possibilities. There will be external situations that prove that if you just do this, it can happen. I've got huge moments here. I really can't stress this enough. Now, I just want to say something here. We've got a father. I don't know with the big change, if we've got like a shift in the relationship with the father, or even if he's on the other side, there's maybe more like of a letting go or an understanding of what has happened. But it's going to mean something to everybody who's watching, and it may not resonate with any of you or some of you. But the father is showing up with the shift section, the big change or turning point ahead. We've got a turning point with the father. And this could be very surprising to you, like really out of left field. Maybe there's more communication with him. Maybe he wants to show up and be there for you, even if he's on the other side. But I just feel like you may even heal something. So even if he's not partaking, you may actually have done enough work that you can release this, because it does talk about ancestral passage. I just feel like I'm walking through a gateway regarding my father, and it unlocks something. And again, with the ascetic, I'm telling you, there is some sort of healing that takes place with you that shifts or causes all these huge turning points or big changes to come in. You've got the Tower here. The Tower is a very big it's a card that depicts transformation, but it's a tower. It's within. Okay, it's from within. But I also feel like, with the Nine of Pentacles as well too, it's like you're doing this on your own. She is self-independent on this card. Okay, she is, she wills her own life into manifestation. Hence why she represents abundance. Look at her. Look at her. Does she look like somebody who is carrying around any kind of stress or burdens? She's made peace with it. She's healed it. She's glowing. Hence why everything wants to be around her. The trees, the bird, the money. She's stacking. She's stacking. I just think you look better. And I just really feel like with this group, it's really from the inside out. Really. From the ground up. Like, it's going to be a big turning point, but you will understand it's from your discipline. It will have been from your discipline, and it will be from your healing. But you've got the luxury boutique, so there's going to be some purchases. There's going to be some really nice purchases that you will be able to make. The bank will be on your side. I don't know why I'm saying that. The bank will be on your side. The bank may be fat. The saving and investing could, it could go up. It could be more fatter. Hence why you have the ability to, even with that Nine of Pentacles, buy her little fancy dress, like look at her. She's very stylish. She's moving around in style. I don't know if it would make sense that, we've got precious metals here on the card. That could be what the big change is. Maybe it's going up in value. Maybe, your assets are going up in value. Maybe it's just really gonna be a really nice time with a fat bank account. And it's not even that, you're going out and spending frivolously. It's just having that security. It's just, it's a nice time. It's gonna be a nice time. But you will be attracting, a lot of opportunities, and you need to be ready, okay? Because people want to hear you. They want to hear your stories. They're interested in you with that journalist card. Like whoever's coming in, whether it be with work or friendships or whatever, people want to know more about you. You've got that glow about you, you know, share. I want to hear, I want to know what it is that, you know, you did. I want to know about you. I want to know about, you know, like, don't be afraid is what I'm saying, to start sharing more. That may also be what is going to be causing the shift as well too, because with that sun, that is about being your most authentic self, but even vulnerable, because that little, you know, person on the card is not clothed. And that's always a sign in the tarot of being vulnerable, being yourself, not giving an F about what anybody thinks. So if you want to help with this shift, do and be more of that, you know, unapologetically. What's rising? Okay, so let's talk about the truth or blessing that Spirit wants you to see for the rest of 2025. Wow, like really? We've got an Avenger here. Wow, look at these cards. Wow. Okay. The truth or blessing Spirit wants you to see for the rest of 2025. Okay, there is a lot coming forward with respect to, you know, how much you've been working, you know, trying to remain positive, trying to work on whatever you can work on. A lot of you have been facing, I feel like, a lot of betrayal, okay? A lot of this like swindler energy, okay? But you're getting your memories back. You're getting your memories back. There is resolve. But there's also this getting a leg up on, you know, whatever has been coming towards you or you feel like you've been dealing with. A lot of you, I'm going to say, like, have been fighting a lot of demons, whether they're in actual physical form or they're within. But what I like here is that there's a huge turning point that allows you to move forward. And I do think it is perspective. Okay. I think it's perspective on how we're dealing with this. I think there's this eye-opening moment and you're choosing to move forward, okay? Regardless of what has happened. You're in the car, you're within the vehicle, you're gonna be moving forward. You need to get excited about this, but you need to have an understanding first as to kind of why this has happened. But once you do make that switch, we've got like an open expanse, okay? More room to move, more opportunities. You're not going to feel that tightness, okay? But also, I'm going to say with the Five of Cups, if there's anything that you have been like down about or feeling sad about, there is movement with this. There is healing. There is understanding. I even like the coffee house too here because it just, you know, just the options, you know, that, you know, one coffee house would serve just gives you like moving out of this narrow-mindedness to like a more open expanse understanding. You're coming into understanding of your life and why certain things have happened, and it's allowing you to move forward. But I'm going to tell you with this group, what's rising is perspective, limited belief systems, limited thinking. You're moving more into, I just feel like, a different perspective. Like, I just can't stop saying, even with the Hierophant, you know, your beliefs have not been serving you. They've maybe even been what has been attracting this, you know, constant betrayal, constant, you know, deception. But now you're getting your memories back. You're waking up. You're understanding, you know, and I don't want to sit here and be like, you know, it was you in your own way. But hey, it's a truth. And truths are not always the greatest to hear, but they will set you free. And that's what I think is happening with you, is that what's rising is the ability to be set free from your own mind, your own restrictions, your own limited belief systems. And now you're moving, okay, to like more expanse, and you will come to a realization that it was that was holding you back, but it's okay. You know, you're moving forward now. You're on to the next chapter. So I'm excited. You should be excited. There's a lot coming up for you, And it will start, you know, this year, like with the 8 weeks that we have left, moving into 2026. You will be moving forward. There will be the ability to step forward in a new way. And, you know, leave behind what is no longer serving you, whether that be, again, limiting belief systems, thought patterns. You know, you're starting a lot of new things, and you're realizing that it's what you have unlocked that has allowed you to do that now moving forward. So amazing. All right, well, group 2, let me know what you thought. I wish you all the best. Take care. Okay, so if you were attracted towards group 3, this reading is going to talk about what's the truth Spirit wants you to know about, you know, the rest of your 2025 with respect to what's fading, what's shifting, what's rising. If you want a more specific reading with regards to events that will be happening by the end of this year, you can catch that reading through my Patreon platform. The link will be within the pinned comment. So as always, I will speed up the video. Feel free to tap forward. I am going to draw the cards on camera, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so let's look at what's fading, okay? What's leaving your life or no longer meant to stay? Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Something has been draining your energy. Okay, whatever's been draining your energy can no longer carry forward. Okay, I've got a drunkard, and this is interesting. So I feel like, okay, listen, this is either you, there's this addiction you've been having, and it could be anything. It could be to someone, something, maybe there's been avoidance, or there's been some sort of level of abuse. And it could be something that you've been doing to yourself, or it could be from another. This cannot carry forward. And you're feeling it already. You understand it. Listen, if this is within you, you're getting a hold of it. Okay, you are completing whatever it is that you need to look at regarding this. Like, there's a completion. And I feel like that with the world. Like, these 3 cards really speak to like you, like just really learning what you need to learn. And it's like, that's it. Time's up. I'm hearing time's up. Could even be soul contracts. You know, with the energy of this, or, you know, if this is someone else that's doing this to you, like something has been really draining you. I cannot stress this enough with the fuel station. Whatever does not fuel you, whatever doesn't make you feel good, I don't care if it's a workplace, I don't care what it is, okay? It cannot survive past this year. We are moving on to bigger horizons with the sky, like infinite universe, like just endless possibilities. So this, whatever this is, cannot survive. And I do feel like you've leveled up with the star frequency wise. You've maybe even gotten very clear about what it is that you want. You've been doing the work. You've been taking a certain set of steps or actions. You've completed something, so it cannot survive. It cannot survive moving forward. I'm going to be very honest as well, just generally for this group, like whatever is not in alignment with you cannot survive. So this is going to be probably a lot of things, you know, just there, everything's changing around you. Jobs don't feel right. People don't feel right. Locations don't feel right. You're going deeper, you're set for it. And it's just like no more to the surface levelness. It's just, This feels like soul contracts with places, people, things, jobs. Like, you may even literally need to go start your own thing with the merchant, the retailer, the individual entrepreneur. What's fading is you being able to work for somebody else. It's time now to kind of like start looking at yourself, start building your own brand, or, you know, really expanding, you know, your perspective with possibilities for yourself. Because, and that could just resonate with some of you. I mean, some of you will continue to work for others, but it's not even like I'm saying quit your job. It's just you're gonna be, what's leaving your life and no longer meant to stay is like really maybe collaboration with others or working for others. There will be this push to, I feel like, look at yourself, what you can do. You may even get some really interesting ideas as to the way that you can present yourself. Maybe with the world, you know, card, you're going online. But what's also leaving your life or no longer meant to stay is this seriousness. Like, you are really going to be having a lot more fun. It's going to be a lot more light. Maybe 2025 was a year of tough lessons, or, you know, it called for discipline or seriousness, but now I feel like moving into a time where there's more ability to like laugh or be silly or go do something out of the ordinary. This card does say mask and does say performer. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be this like idea of something you can do, or maybe there's been an idea and you just haven't acted on it. So that stagnation around that is what is also going to be leaving your life. You will be maybe more putting this into action, or at least taking steps to, I don't know, make it a reality. But with the mask as well too, I do feel like you're getting to know yourself more. Like, I don't know, I think maybe an old version of you, you're leaving an old version of you and you're kind of stepping out more vulnerable. I mean, look at these two cards. She's not clothed. Do you understand? Maybe you don't. With tarot, when you have an entity or a person unclothed, it really does signify more like vulnerability with oneself, like just, you know, showing one's real self. So you're not going to be wearing a mask. I think a lot of you have had no choice, honestly, have had no choice but to wear a mask. Like, you may have been in survival mode and it's just what you had to do. So no one's judging you. But what's changing, what's leaving, you're going to be, I feel like, coming out, stepping out in the newer version of yourself. Like, no longer wearing that mask, no longer doing this performance act, because a lot of you have been doing a performance act to just really just get by, and that's not healthy. And I think you're understanding that. But even the universe is saying, we're not going to be allowing you to do that. That will be getting very hard for you to do. You will start to feel like, can't do this no more. I just can't do this song and dance anymore. I can't do this performance act. I need to start being myself. Okay, so that's also leaving. This really, like with this spread, just looks to me, like in my own words, as somebody who is really spotting and understanding and seeing very clearly with the Ace of Swords what needs to go, and is making decisions about it. Really, really seriously taking this very serious, you know, and just making arrangements. I actually don't think, as opposed to other piles where I saw this happening, you know, energetically, I think you're actually, what's leaving your life is this autopilot energy. Like, you're just going to have to start making decisions, and not be fearful of the outcome, even if you don't know what the hell, where that's going to lead. That's ending. You're going to have to start coming out and striking. Whereas before, you were just kind of like on a wait and see. That energy is going to be dissipating, and you're going to understand that moving forward, you're going to have to make decisions, because at the end of the day, it's really about functioning. And with that fuel station, I can't stop looking at it. I just feel like you are tired, exhausted, something's not working, people are taking, you're not receiving, and you're starting to, I feel like, I'm going to say for a few of you, it's starting to affect you, like physically. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have been getting sick, or it's just taking you out. Like, there's days where you're just taken out and you're like starting to realize, I can't do this anymore. I got to start making like real concrete decisions about my life. And that's what I feel like is fading. You're not going to be allowed to be on autopilot anymore. It's kind of like that saying, when you get like a pebble and then you get a rock and then you get a brick, there's realizations for you, group 3, real big realizations. And I just think you're going to be getting the courage to make those decisions and just feel really good about it, even though you don't know where it will lead, but it's confidence. Okay. So lack of confidence regarding your life and decisions could be fading. What's shifting? So the big change or turning point ahead. Wow. Look at this energy. Beautiful. Especially following what we just picked up. Yeah, you're getting down to business. You're really getting down to business. Like, you're ready. You're so ready. The big change or turning point is you're rising to challenges in a different way. A lot of you have been like, I don't know why they just showed me this, but they actually showed me the way you've been, where this guy would actually have his gloves up in front of his face, like he doesn't want to see them. Now he's like, I'm ready to go. Bring it. Bring it. Strength. There's big changes regarding confidence. I mean, you got two. Whoa. Okay. Wow. I mean, wow. Okay, hold on. Big change or turning point ahead is your ability to rise to challenges. Okay. You are, I feel like, getting it. You've got the learner and you've got the school. So you're not just taking the lesson, you're acing it. You're acing it. You're so determined. You're so focused. Look at your perspective with the 7 of Cups. I'm crazy. Look at me. I believe in everything. Yeah. Listen, if you don't think you have to be a little crazy to believe things are possible, trust me, there's not one person who's going to tell you otherwise. There were many things I had to believe in just to train my mind that were, most people would say I was crazy, but it really did work for me. And now I think those things are just normal. I just think they're normal. We're just not trained that way. We're not taught it. We have to teach ourselves. You are becoming so disciplined. You're getting ahead of everything, group 3. There's huge changes. Like, I got the gym here. I got the school. I got the learner. I got the challenger. I got the researcher. I mean, if this is not somebody who's getting down to business, I don't know what is. You're like a whole new person. And you're free to some extent to be able to focus on this as well too. So I think something's going to change that allows you to be more freer, maybe in time, like you have more time, or you're just getting it, like it's just easier for you to grasp so that you can rise to these challenges and knock them out of the park. There will be, I feel like, a big change as well too with a direction. And your perspective regarding that direction as well too, because the Knight of Pentacles, he knows it may take a while. He doesn't care. He's still on this path. He will wait. He's patient. He's like, I'm going to wait. I believe in it. And that's all I need. All I need is that I believe in it and it will be fine. I will do this. I will do the damn thing. Yeah. You have like your mind is going to be working in like, there's just so much expansive thinking. And I think you're researching. You're going to be doing a lot of studying. Okay. Whether it's about life, whether it's about finances, you will be in exploration, and you will be experimenting with a lot of different things. We got a variety of stores. I just see you here dabbling. dabbling in everything. And, you know, it reminds me of when you hear someone like talking like, I lost weight. I'm just using examples. I lost weight. I figured out a schedule. You know, I'm getting to do this. I'm getting to be creative. My work is picking up. I am, you know, it's like, I feel like I see you figuring it out, like just figuring out how to all fit it in, and it's working for you. That's the thing. And I do see results, very quick results. Being able to knock things out of the park like this after this, after this, after this, after this, after this. And you're just getting so, this is working even with manifestations, like everything that you are understanding or looking at or trying to tackle is working out for you. This is very general. I cannot actually see specific things because I actually feel like you're winning at the game of life, and it's all categories. So I really, when you're asking or you're like, okay, what are you seeing? It's like you're winning at everything. Love life, health, I don't know, work, you know, money. You're tackling and you're getting so much done. People will be looking at you and really wondering what the hell is going on. How are you doing all of this? It's going to be your little secret, but you know, you will have unlocked a way to just, you know, hit out of the park every category of life. And you will be dreaming big. And yes, you will come across as delusional. You will even think you're delusional. That the things that you believe, the things that you're thinking about. But I love it because you're thinking outside the box. And people don't understand that it's thinking out of the box that really creates the most successful people. It's not the tried and true. I'm sorry. I mean, you can be, but I'm telling you, when you think outside the box, it's like somebody who says, okay, you know, like I'm going to go start something. I'm going to drop out and start something. You know, they're like 18 and then they become a billionaire. It's like, I'm not saying drop out. I'm just giving an example. You know, people would call that kid crazy. They'd be like, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. You're too young. They would say a bunch of things, but he believed it. So it came true, came to fruition. And I'm going to say another thing with that 7 of Cups. You understand that 7 Cups can also be from the universe when they drop downloads inside your head. You've got more faith now to follow it, you know, like whereas before, maybe you would be like, that's just too crazy. I can't do that. That's not me. You're more following the downloads. You're more in this energy of, you know what? I can do it. I can do it. And you're listening. Your higher self is speaking to you. You are flowing. You're in a state of flow. This is what the big change or turning point is ahead, is that you are in a state of flow. And you don't need anyone else to believe in you or what you're doing, because you believe in yourself and that's all you need. And you're not struggling a lot with challenges anymore. That's the other thing I'm seeing. Like, it's like challenges will always exist, but you've risen enough to be able to handle them. So when you see them, you're like, no biggie, no biggie. What's rising? Let's find out. So the truth or blessing Spirit wants you to see for the rest of 2025. Oh, wow. Okay. So Spirit wants you to know that they're definitely sending help. They're going to be sending a lot of help on this path. I really am. Whoa. Okay. You could really have a lot of really interesting encounters with strangers, passerbys. You will be having a lot of encounters by chance. There's a magical time coming up for you. The cool thing is that I think you're going to be able to spot it. Whereas this could just pass somebody else like nothing and they wouldn't notice. You are going to have an understanding. You're going to know exactly what's going on. You're going to know they're sent by the universe. There's going to be a lot of interesting happenings. They could be happening already right now, but don't be surprised if someone magically gets put in your path to tell you something. They want you to be very like eyes peeled, ears open. Like seriously, guys, I'm not joking with group 3. They are sending you earth angels, a lot of like messages in human form. It's them channeling through the people. There could be a mutual aid. You know, a lot of people coming in to help with this path, but even a new friend. And it can be a lover, they said as well too. But it could be for some of you, a new friend. You're going to have someone, I feel like, who comes in and just really changes your whole life for you, but helps. And how they help, I don't know. It could look so different for each of you. But there's going to be so much interesting things. And this is going to freak a lot of people out right now. You may not be ready to hear this. There could be an occurrence that happens that really looks bad. Like, oh my God, it looks so bad. I don't know what it's going to look like with this card. It could be unemployment. It could be solitude. You're going into isolation. It could be bankruptcy. You know, these are just symbolic, words, for anything that could happen. Wandering. So feeling lost, feeling confused. There's going to be a huge blessing that comes out of this, but you won't see it at first. They are asking you to remain calm. Like seriously, you need to have your head on a swivel. You cannot be looking at physical reality as physical reality. You need to be looking at it as an illusion. And that this, whatever this occurrence is that happens, is actually leading me down the path of success. I'm serious. I'm really stressing this to whoever's watching because you have the capability to really go downhill with this, like mentally, and you're going to miss the whole boat on how this is actually working in your favor. So this could look like you're taken out of somewhere to put somewhere else. You're going to have to trust the path. I'm serious. And I think you will, but they're just coming forth to say in this section, hey, we're going to change your life. We're going to change the trajectory of your path. You will be put on a new path, but it could be that it's like when one thing ends, one thing opens, but that thing ending, let it go. Let it go. So please, with the temple, experiment with spiritual practices to help you accept all of this. You're going to really have to have your faith about you moving forward because you wanted something, okay? You wanted something, we're going to give it to you. You're going to have to trust us. There's going to be a lot of truths revealed with the detective, okay? A lot of clues all around you, but it's going to be up to you to see it. And you're going to have to, I feel like, look at your reality like it's an illusion. Not see it so like black and white. It's actually going to be very gray, but you are on the path of success and you're coming out of the forest, honey. You're coming out of the forest. She's a survivor. Look at her. She's like, I made it out. But we want you having a very open mind, okay, with this art exhibition card. We want you really not so narrow-minded. You're learning all of this with the Page of Swords. You really are. I just heard something. Don't get caught up in gossip. I don't know why I heard that. So the truth or blessing spirit wants you to see for the rest of 2025. Now, I don't know if this gossip is going to be about you or if there's going to be these people like chirping. You have to pay it no mind. There's going to be a lot of people who want to, infiltrate and give you their opinion. You're going to have to figure a way to like block it out. Now, if this is that there's going to be people engaging you in gossip, you have outgrown this. You're going to have to stop, please. This is not helping you to get anywhere in life, but very much so there could be gossip coming from others or people who want to just, I don't know, unsolicited advice. You're going to have to really do your best to block out the noise. And believe that everything is working out for you, even though the reality is not showing that. There's a lot of miracles coming, a lot of real cool, interesting things, magic. You got to get out of your old thinking, your old programming. We want you really, walking the talk, okay? All right. Well, group 3, this was your reading. Let me know what you thought. I wish you all the best. Take care.